Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the, this is going to be an end of the year reading. We are going to look at how you can make the most of the rest of the year and not let 2024 slip by. So you start with this Infinite Possibilities card. It says you are on the right path. Favorable energies are guiding you at this time. You have this exchanging gifts card. It says there's a dance and give and take. There's a dance of give and take. What you give, you will get back. So definitely could be a good time for kind of exchanging energy. You even have the Empress, and the Empress is kind of a good card for manifestation or manifesting things that you want and desire into your life. So I feel a lot of you, could be manifesting, and she's showing up in the area of your thoughts. What's on your mind is this position right here. And so a lot of you, again, could be thinking about manifesting. You could be thinking about luxuries or the nicer things in life as well. You start with the Eight of Swords. This is your current general energies. And sorry, I forgot to pull the last two cards here. But this is, self-imposed restriction, and I do feel this reading is kind of saying it would be a good time to set yourself free. I actually feel like your answer is very simple, by the way. I'll show you, we go over to the Knight of Wands. Sometimes when we are stuck, we just have to explore. We just have to find new ways of doing things, or we have to come up with better ways of doing things in life. And the Knight of Wands is all about being spontaneous, which you're great at, Gemini. And, it's all about being spontaneous, digging into mysteries, opening up to the infinite possibilities. So I think all those things would be, really good for you. Your crossing energy is the Justice card. And so justice is, of course, cause and effect, or equal give and take. And it's also neutral, a neutral position. So the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross. And with the Eight of Swords being stuck, I feel that the Justice card is kind of about you needing to see the other side, which Gemini is, again, very good at. Gemini sees both sides of the fence, right? But one thing I will say is that on October 2nd, we have this Libra eclipse, and then on October 9th, Jupiter goes retrograde in Gemini. And Jupiter, to me and to most astrologers, Jupiter, no matter what Jupiter is doing, it's always positive. But Jupiter retrograde in your sign definitely highlights the need to look for other ways of doing things, or to look on the other side of the fence. So even if you think you know the best way of doing things in your life, whatever, everything, I feel like this card is saying that you need to look at all ways of doing things, and that will kind of, broaden your horizons or help you come up with better answers, which I kind of feel the Knight of Wands is looking for better answers in your reading. Next, in the area of what's on your mind, or the area of your thoughts, you have the Empress. So the Empress is a card of like gratitude, luxuries, nicer things in life. She's able to manifest abundance very easily. She's also a card of, kind of creativity or creation. And so a lot of you could be thinking about birthing something into the world. And I definitely get that feeling here, that some of you are feeling about, kind of like feeling like you want to either start something or birth something that could be very abundant for you in your life. And I do feel it could be very abundant if you get started with the Empress energy. One thing I will say is that she has this waterfall back here, and the waterfall in the Empress kind of represents chaotic force. This water flows down from the Emperor to her. It's like the Emperor is giving her energy, but she understands that nothing will ever be perfect, right? And that waterfall can kind of say that she understands that some things can always come up, no matter how perfect something seems. Things can always happen, but so she's not getting too excited about it, right? So even if there is a shakeup or something happens in her life, she still focuses on the abundance. She doesn't allow her focus to drift to the waterfall, right? And so I think for a lot of you, this is about, especially coming up in your thoughts, it's saying like maintain your focus on what you want. In the area of your foundation, you have the Three of Swords. I kind of feel that this would be a good action for you to take at the end of the year to make the most of the end of the year. Three of Swords would be about needing to heal. Again, these readings aren't meant to be positive or negative. They're not even really meant to be predictive. They're just meant to show you what moves you could make to make the most of the rest of the year, like I said. And so the move that you would make with the Three of Swords would be healing your heart, or removing those swords from your heart. So those swords are in your own heart on the Three of Swords. And usually we can remove those swords with forgiveness. And as I always say, we don't have to forgive a person directly. directly, all we have to do is forgive them in our heart, and then it will remove those swords. The Three of Swords is also meant to be temporary. It's raining on the card, and obviously it doesn't rain forever. So, the card itself, it can represent heartbreak, but it's a heartbreak that won't last forever. But more importantly than that, like I said, I think forgiving the past or forgiving something from the past is what you need to do. Next, in the area of what you are moving past, you have this ring around the moon. It says protection. You also have the falling moon. It says releasing blocks, which is great. I love when people have these cards that basically say releasing in the area of the past, because it says that you are definitely releasing things like blockages, like this releasing blocks card says. I feel you're just releasing the blocks, and that is obviously a good thing. You also have the Queen of Wands in the area of the past. The Queen of Wands is about needing to be bold and assertive. She's also about learning as you go. So, maybe this whole entire year, you've been doing things without really knowing how things are going to work out for you in life in general. She really doesn't know. She is being led by the sun. She has a sunflower right here, and the sunflower points towards the sun, and that's what she uses to guide her on her journey. But again, she doesn't really know what the outcome is going to be, and she also has to learn as she goes. She is on an adventure, or she needs to go on an adventure, where she might not know how to do things, but she has the confidence to do it anyway. So I feel that the good news is that you're probably getting to a place where you have learned what you need to learn, and now you can move forward with a lot more confidence, and that's kind of what I feel like that's talking about. Next, in the area of the very near future, you have the seahorse. It says composure, serenity, and fatherhood. You have this prairie dog. It says cheerfulness, industry, and gracious. So a lot of you are probably about to be very busy and like nurturing something and caring for something that you want to bring into existence. Like I said, I really get the feeling off that Empress that she is wanting to create something. And so I feel, this prairie dog card says industry on it. It's like you're going to be very industrious and very hardworking towards like a goal, wish, or dream. And the seahorse says fatherhood on it. So again, a lot of you could really be caring for something that you are wanting to bring into the world. And obviously that would be a good thing. You have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is going on an adventure, and he is also very bold, assertive, kind of like the Queen of Wands. I actually look at the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands as being very similar because they both kind of have to embrace mystery. He has to embrace mystery because he has these three pyramids right here, and the pyramids in the tarot can represent mystery. I also look at him as the true builder in the tarot. So if he is on his journey or his life path or adventure, and if he doesn't know how to do something, he builds it, whatever he needs. So I feel a lot of you could be in this very creative mode, and obviously that would be a good thing for you. Next, in the area of your outcome positions, you have this waxing moon. It says, what do you need to release? It could be like a past heartbreak or, something having to do with the Three of Swords. You have this full moon in Libra. It says a win-win outcome is forecast. So a lot of you could be entering into some sort of win-win situation with these energies. I would definitely look at any blockages you need to release. In the area of the next few months, you have the Five of Cups. I feel like you do need to turn around and see what you have. And, again, even the Empress. It's funny that I said that thing about her focus. It was like the waterfall was jumping out at me. He is grieving the loss of something that he no longer enjoys. So it's like he's sad about something that he doesn't even like anymore. And he has these two cups behind him, which he needs to be grateful for, because then he'll get this bridge and this castle over here. So for a lot of you, I feel that being grateful for what you have will help pull you away from something that you just don't even want anymore. And it could be leading to more fulfillment, more happiness, bigger and better things, whatever the case may be. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Three of Cups, which is a great card to have in this area of the reading. Three of Cups is a card of celebration, happiness. But again, this area of the reading is all relationships in your life. And the Three of Cups could say that you are really having a great time socializing or spending time with people who matter to you or spending time with people who are important to you. So all that would be a good idea. They are also celebrating a harvest. So if you work together with other people, or if you are currently like working on a team with other people, in work or business or on a project, then this kind of says to me that there could be a win-win outcome being forecast here, or there could just be a big win on like some sort of group project or group business that's coming in for you. It does seem to be a very social end of the year, and all the air signs have had a lot of socializing. So you know, it could just be an air sign energy that you air signs need to socialize more, and that's definitely what I would do with the Three of Cups. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords would represent feeling like you're taking a risk. So again, a lot of you could be taking risks at this time at the end of the year. I do feel that the end of this year is kind of like a go big or go home time where we should take a big risk. And I'm not talking about like a stupid risk. We're talking about like a calculated risk, something that isn't going to hurt you, of course. I feel like I shouldn't have to clarify this, but I don't know. Apparently I do. So I'm not talking about some sort of stupid risk here. We're talking about something like, you know, asking for a raise or promotion, putting yourself out there in love, or, deciding that you're going to go all in on a project at the end of the year and see what happens by the beginning of the year. You know, those are the types of risks that I would be talking about here. But I do feel like it feels like a big risk. A lot of people this year, one thing that I've noticed this year that I haven't noticed in past years is a lot of people seem to be walking away from things this year, 2024, for whatever reason. I think that, part of me thinks it's an 8-year, and 8, of course, is infinity, which energy goes out, energy comes back. So, it could just be that because it's an 8-year, people are more focused on the energy that they're receiving from the things that they're putting energy into. And it's like you could just be noticing when you're not getting energy back. So, again, I think a lot of people could be cutting things out that no longer serve them, or people could be cutting out things that just don't return energy, right? Next, for your outcome, you have the Four of Pentacles. It's actually pretty good. I'm not like the biggest fan of the Four of Pentacles, but I feel pretty good about this because he is in a stable position. And so a lot of you could be stabilizing your finances, but you could also just be stabilizing all areas of your life and getting into alignment. He has these two pentacles right here that are in perfect alignment, one over his head, one over his heart. And, one of my favorite people of all time, Greg Braden, says, when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. So sometimes I feel that the Four of Pentacles is saying that when you get into alignment and you are in perfect alignment, that's when you can really manifest and kind of like create the things that you want to create. And, that kind of is what that Four of Pentacles is saying to me. Let's see what we get in this clarification. Sorry, this is a brand new deck, so it's super slippery. With the Eight of Swords in the Justice card, you have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's like something that you were stuck on is dead, done, over with. Ten of Swords just says something from the past is probably dead, done, over with. And I would just kind of like open up to new opportunities, and I would release the blocks with that releasing blocks card, and I would open up to new ways of doing things. Sometimes I think we get attached to an old story as well with the Eight of Swords. Like, maybe we dated a person and maybe we thought they were the love of our life, but they left us. And the Ten of Swords is like saying you need to put to rest that story so that you can attract your true love of your life or something along those lines. And it doesn't have to be love. It could be whatever. With the Empress, you have the Hermit. The Hermit is about, I think this is about you kind of wondering if you should shine your light. I'm pretty sure I said that earlier, that it would be a good time for you to shine your inner light or to shine your light. The Empress is normally glowing. She is a card of having a glow up kind of and getting a lot of attention. The Hermit is the opposite. He normally has the star inside his lantern and he's not shining it out all over the place. So I kind of feel like some of you could be going back and forth between like, do I stand out or do I not stand out? It's like when you stand out, you become a target, right? And so I think this reading is saying that you need to have the bravery. You need to be brave with this, with the Five of Swords. You need to take the risk to stand out because it could benefit you in some way. With the Three of Swords, you have the Tower. Almost every single person has had the Tower, by the way, in these readings. And there will who the hell knows what's. I think the end of this year is going to be bonkers. So buckle up. I did a reading at the beginning of the year with Christopher Witecki, and he said, what do you think about 2024? I said, buckle up, right? And I haven't been wrong. It's been a crazy ass year. So I think that buckle up times 2 at the end of the year here, because we're going to see some crazy stuff go down. But what I would say is that I feel like, on a personal level, we just need to keep our head on straight and stay focused, and that's what we need to do. I also do get a story that for some of you, like I said earlier, that you could have had a tower moment where it's like maybe you lost a person that you thought was the love of your life or would be a really good connection and it wasn't. So some of you could be dealing with like a loss. Again, I think you need to release blocks with that release blocks card. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. Three of Pentacles is also a card of quality work. And so if you are working on anything, I would focus on the quality. I would focus on creating quality. And, I think that could be the best thing for you with the Three of Pentacles. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands again. So, like I said, it's funny that I said that these two cards are very similar. At least I read the energies of those two cards as being similar. And so, again, for a lot of you, it's definitely time for you to be bold, be assertive, and really go towards the sun. The sun is the thing that your attention is being drawn to. So whatever that is for you is what you need to work towards at the end of the year. With the Five of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. So, he has two cups, of course, behind him. Right behind him there, and you have the Two Cups here. So again, if you are, I don't think this is true for all of you, by the way. I think this is only for like a small percentage of you that feel like you lost the love of your life. Could have happened years ago, but you could still be thinking about it. And I feel like there is something so much better coming in for you. Two of Cups is a perfect match. Two of Cups is usually different than your usual type, so it could be a different type of person. If you don't want love, and even if you do, this could be you and your higher self. I always say that Two of Cups can represent you communicating with your higher self. And so I think it would be a great time for you to like tap into that energy of your higher self. With the Three of Cups, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of expansion, growth, like getting out into the world. So I think it would be a great time for you to expand and get out there, especially coming up in the area of your closest relationships. Then, this, and you have the Empress here, it's like really time for you to glow. I definitely feel that there is something about this reading that is saying it is not time for you to be in the background, right? I think that it is definitely time for you to take the spotlight or to be in the spotlight here, Gemini. And I think, but you're not just going to magically be in the spotlight. You need to do things to expand, to be in the spotlight. And the whole entire reading is kind of saying you need to be seen at this time. With the Five of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior. And again, Five of Swords is winning at all cost. So some of you might be feeling like you did win in some area of your life, but at the same time, you could still be wounded. And so the Nine of Wands asks you to look at the boundaries that you have learned about to set. And it just asking, I kind of feel like it's just saying, it would be a good time for you to set healthy boundaries. I also feel that the Nine of Wands could be saying that it is a time for you to experiment. Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to try new things in all areas of your life. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune. There you go. So definitely a change in your fortunes. I feel like there could be a lot of success, growth, abundance, good things coming in for you at this time. And I feel really good about this Wheel of Fortune. So I definitely feel the wheel is turning in your favor. Things could be improving. And this could be because you are stepping into the spotlight, with all this kind of glowing energy. And, I think obviously that would be a very good thing for you. So I would try to do whatever you can. I would say like the main piece of advice here in this reading would be to stand out or to glow, to get attention. You have this Diamond card. It says you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Yeah, I would be open to receiving. Like the Empress is open to receiving. She is just open. She's in receptive mode, right? Is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like this could be saying, like, be in that receptive mode and, accept things that are coming in for you. You have the Scales. It says keep your life in balance. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty boring to me when stuff like this comes up because it's like, yeah, I mean, duh. We have this Libra eclipse. So, of course, make sure that you're keeping your life in balance. You have this Bowl. It says plenty of material things. Empress, Empress is focused on material wealth. So you definitely could be increasing your material wealth and it doesn't even have to be material goods. It could be just your energy, your time, but you could be, really focusing on bringing more abundance in, which is good. You have this Gavel card. It says involvement with the law. If you are involved with the law, I feel like you could be bringing it to an end because of the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune can represent the end of a cycle, the end of a situation. So, again, I kind of feel like some of you could be bringing that to an end. You have the Star card. It says guaranteed success if you stand out. I was going to say earlier in the reading that really, the Empress doesn't really represent a glow up unless we have like the sun and the star, or the sun or the star showing up in the reading. And the reason why I feel like it's saying you need to glow and stand out is because of the Hermit, but also the Queen of Wands. Like, we don't have the sun in this reading, right? But the Queen of Wands has that sunflower that points towards the sun. So it's like you moving towards your attention, or the sun, the thing that your attention is drawing you towards, will cause a glow up, if that makes sense. And then you have the star card here that says guaranteed success. So it's almost like you could have a glow up if you put the work in, right? And that's what I would do. But this is really good, Gemini. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.